Exactly. What we talking about, what you're doing, I'm giving you my time, which is important. I mean,
Yeah,
as we all, both of us know, as we got
yeah,
older, time was everything, man.
yeah, man.
We're not worried about so much the bucks. We want them, but we're not worried. Just give me
No,
an extra day, give me an extra minute, give me an extra
that's it.
second,
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I believe if you ask just the average person, period, if and I heard people ask this question, like if I gave you $20 million, but you had to die next week, would you take it?
mm.
Ain't too many people say, yeah, I'll take it.
On 22 live streaming.
I stayed behind the camera lens,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yep, yep,
but I'm getting in front of the camera a little bit more now,
yeah,
and enjoying it. Still get a little nervous, just like anybody else, but
yeah, yeah,
I just want to drop those jewels, man, and that's
yeah,
what I've
man.
been doing lately. Is just trying to give a little knowledge back.
That's good.
Find
That's
my
good.
audience and at least have something that will be left
Yeah,
here for others to learn and experience from. And I
absolutely.
believe you feel the same way about a lot of things.
Yeah,
With your podcast and you're trying to let everybody know.
yeah,
Are we recording or we just talking?
yeah. We are actually recording and talking. So
Okay. So long as I know, because you know
man,
me,
yeah,
I'll
I know.
repeat myself a million
That's
times.
okay.
Said that earlier, bro.
That's okay.
You
But
know what I mean? So that's
wanted
why
to
I've been
do-
working on my let's say bulletin points and trying
Okay.
to stay on topic and not really bore people with my. Well, it's not really boring them. It's just like
Right.
people nowadays like just get to the point, man.
Yeah, right.
They ain't like us where we sit there and hear the whole story out,
Yeah.
and wait for that punching point. Now
Right,
they just
right.
want you to punch them first and then
Yeah,
and let
yeah,
them relax later, So it's
yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit different, but
They want the trailer too up
they want
front. They want
they
what you gonna talk about?
yeah, exactly. What we talking about, what you're doing, I'm giving you my time, which is important. I mean,
Yeah.
as we all, both of us know, as we got
Yeah.
older, time was everything, man.
Yeah, man.
We're not worried about so much the bucks. We want them, but we're not worried. Just give me
No.
an extra day, give me an extra minute, give me an extra
That's it.
second,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I believe if you ask just the average person, period, if and I heard people ask this question, like if I gave you $20 million, but you had to die next week, would you take it?
Mm.
Ain't too many people say, yeah, I'll take it. Then it might be a few out there.
Yeah.
For me, no, give me the time, man. You know what I mean? Give me the time, the day to wake up, see my family, keep my family safe and blessed and healthy. And I'm happy,
Yeah.
and keep a roof over my head. It might not be the biggest mansions. And for me, I just still would never understand that, man. Like there's a couple celebrities that we both know of that, is out here that really just give back and don't really care about having it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's quite a few that I can name, but then I try to tell these young folks, I said, look at these billionaires, what they wear, man.
Come on.
They got the average Joe stuff on. It's not no, you know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all out here killing each other for what? Or, now if it make you feel good, it make you feel good. But at the same time, I mean, some of that money could have been spent on other things. You know what I mean? Or if you got it like that, instead of buying that one shirt, buy three and give two out.
And get two out. Come on.
You know what I mean? That's the best feeling for me anyway.
Right.
Giving back, that's always been. If I had it, there's been a lot of people that I have gave stuff and will continue probably to give stuff, especially family members and friends. But at what point do you just say enough is enough and I got enough cash? And you know what I mean? Some of these billionaires, like, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
how much money do you need?
You can't take it with you.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So why not be the one to just help somebody? Help somebody,
exactly.
Passing out money. So every time I do see some of these younger cats out here on Instagram and on TikTok, and they got a little money and they giving it away, man. I'm like, yo, if I had it, I would double it. I would give it back to you because just for you thinking, you know what I'm saying, to do something like that. That to me is one of the best feelings, not the best feeling, but one of the best feelings in the world is when you can help somebody out. It's just giving them some words of knowledge like we grew up on. We would listen to the old head. He might be babbling on, but at the end there was always some good detail, and you take a little of that, and this helped me survive. You know what I mean? So every time somebody with some knowledge, young, old, or whatever, I'm gonna listen, man. I'm gonna try to pay attention. I'm gonna try to listen. I'm gonna try to take something from it because everybody has something to offer. You know what I mean? Even though it might seem like they're jabbing it on, but even if you listen to a person that's mumbling something, if you pay attention enough, there's something in there. There's something you can take away from that. You know what I mean? Whether they saying, man, listen, I got caught up on drugs, don't do it. All you hear is the other things, which can be a little bit distracting. But I'm not gonna take over the show because you are the man.
No,
like
no.
I said, both of you sit up here and talk for
that's
days, man, straight up with no problem.
You know tell you, man, you all they gotta do is say, yo, get Fred on the phone, get Dre on the phone. That's it.
Exactly.
You know. And so I actually I wanted to bring you back, and I'm actually we got up to about 90 episodes, man. And
congrats. For
some people,
that's a lot of work, man.
You know, for some people, it's like, I got 300 episodes, but I'm telling you, when you're doing this thing and you just kind of throwing it out there, you're not really having a format, and then I kind of paused a couple of times just to see what was happening. And then Dre, what I've noticed that when we got started in 2014. You know, it was kind of like, you know, my mindset was kind of a radio show, but I wasn't thinking about money.
Right.
I was thinking about just interviewing, again, giving back, finding people who not necessarily are maybe super fantastically wealthy. Some people are wealthy. Some people are successful in their own way. But I found out success is relative to what you deem success is in your life. Success can be that we raised our family.
Right.
But getting our children, you know, killed. You know what I mean? Or especially our boys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it can be it's just relative to everybody else. And so but then I started noticing, you know, every time I would have a interview with someone, I was always learning stuff. Like you just said, it's just so much stuff to learn, man. And so when I actually, you know, really started putting this thing together, I started recognizing, I said, this is a great medium to market for everybody. It's a great way to leave your legacy. I mean, I've had like 3 people on the show that are not here anymore. So you know what happened. Soon as they passed away, somebody hit me up. It's like, yo, could you please send me? Because I would love. I mean, that's what it's right. That's what it's right, Dre?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely feel you on that. I mean, for me, like I tell people to capture the moments and do the best of what you have. I mean, a lot of it's, even me as a videographer and director, storyteller, the whole 9 yards, I find myself sometimes slipping into, well, it's got to be this, it's got to have that. No, you know what I mean? Just capture the moments and do the best of what you have, because I have noticed, and we grew up this way, both of us can agree that if we seen a picture that was ripped up and bad quality, but you can still understand who was in the picture, we was like, yo, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the good news about things nowadays, especially with AI now, we all see that we can take an old picture and make it look new.
And that's
so, you know, I tell photographers and videographers, I tell them, you know, you're going to make those mistakes. You got to get out there. You got to make those mistakes. You're going to take a lot of bad pictures. I don't care if you're the best photographer, you're still gonna snap a bad photo here and there. You know what I mean? So I tell them, just get out there, capture the moments, and do the best with you. That's my whole thing behind what I'm doing over at Video Pro Solutions. They're trying to give them that confidence to move forward, push forward, push through it. It's a lot. Me and you both been doing video for a long time, man. I mean,
right.
You know, if I go in the archives, which one day we gonna do, man. I keep talking about, but one day I'm gonna hit that old hard drive.
Oh my goodness!
Remember this? Like, oh man,
I got my joints lined up over here, boy. I'm trying to tell you. And you know what I've been doing though, Dre? Every once in a while, I'll just go by. You know, I get the cloud and all that kind of stuff, but all my stuff ain't in the cloud, Doc. They right on these hard drives, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and sometimes when I feel like I can see one about to go, I just go, give me nothing, just back it up. You know what I mean? Buy a bigger one and back that joint up, man, because we definitely going to be able to go through that. So since you were on the show last time, I kind of introduced you as my mentor, man. Just go back a little bit, man. You actually worked with me on my first film, Dre.
Oh, yeah. What was it? Foundation?
Remember that?
Yeah, man. I appreciate you bringing me along on that.
No, man. Listen,
it was a nice little turnout crowd to come out.
That was something. It was something, man.
Yeah.
You know, what was that experience for you back then, knowing that I didn't know what I was doing? It was new for me. We was doing some video work, but let me just tell you the story. I ran from that kid. His name is Lee, my man Lee. Shout out to my man Lee. I ran from him for 2 years during that project, bro. He was coming at me saying, man, I got this idea, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, man, I'm not no filmmaker. But he seen me at the church doing the video. He seen me doing the program. He seen me directing and all this kind of stuff. So, but I had guys like Greg they went to Temple. They actually, got the film thing. I said, man, go to them, you know. So
Right.
2 years. Then after 2 years, they had a barbecue. He cornered me in the corner. It was like, man, I'm telling you, God is telling me that you the one. I said, yo, I've never done a film before, man. It's like I do small, short stuff, right?
Right.
So I was like, and he said that day he went home, right? And then that morning I was in the studio and I just had this thought, like, you know what? Hey, let me give it a try. Let me give it a try. I know I never did. Let me give me a try. I went online, looked up this website that says how to produce a film. It was a 3 DVD series. And I said, call my brother. I said, yo, man, we're gonna lock in this weekend. We're gonna watch this DVD, so how to do the film, all that stuff. And so then about 4 a.m, man, I was like in the studio and I just texted him. I said, hey man, come to the studio tomorrow morning. Let's talk, right? Here's his side of the story. He said at the same time in the morning, he actually was in the kitchen. He had a script because I told him to write the script down and try to get him away from me a little bit long. He said, here's a script for you. I wrote it down. He said, I literally typed this thing with 2 fingers. You know what I mean?
Right. That's how we get down.
Everything I was trying to tell him to do to kind of like, you know, just like delay it, he went and did it. I said, that's what made me think. So I said, okay, yeah, you know how we are. So he said, but that morning that I had, you know, right before I texted him, he was in the kitchen and he was so frustrated that I didn't want to do it and somebody else didn't want to do it and people weren't taking him seriously. He said he had literally taken the script and threw it in the trash.
Wow.
He threw it in the trash.
That's how God worked, though. You know what I mean? Put it on your spirit that this needs to be done.
And that's something. And then he said, right after he threw it in the trash, he walked in his room and he saw my text. Said, "Yo, come meet me in the studio tomorrow." Ain't that something? And then I called him. I said, "Yo, Dre." I'm gonna put this press. So I'm so glad that you helped me with that first project, man. It was amazing. It was incredible. You know, everything wasn't perfect, things of that nature. But I think that and I always told them it was a proof of concept to me. You know what I mean? Was I ready to go to Lionsgate with it? No, but it was a proof of concept that we can go from an idea to a 90-minute film. It wasn't no 20-minute drum, it was a 90-minute film. And, you know, we spent we spent 9 months rehearsing. I think it was 3 months of editing, and 17 different cast members. We were also doing what you call mentoring and also therapy too.
Right.
Together. But that was just an incredible experience. And you were there with me, man. How was that experience for you, man, when I first came to you with that?
Well, it was great. I mean, it gave me more of a confidence to get out here and do it. I mean, seeing you do it, seeing you go through the emotions, you know, turning those cameras on is something we always want to do, but it's a lot more when it comes down to doing a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, my first experience out here, but, you know, as far as doing it myself, only thing and advice I would give people is, like you said, give yourself enough time. 9 months, practice, rehearse before you press that record button. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be less to deal with when it comes down to who's going to be editing this thing. Like for me, the movie I did was The P.
I remember that.
Yeah, I came on and it was about 30% shot. We finished it up on 90%. It was supposed to be a series, but they decided they wanted to do a movie, so I had to go in and script tear apart what I felt. Me and the director, Oliver. Shout out to Oliver. But you know, we were in South Philly and we just pretty much got things set up and shot. Like I said, I wish I'd have gave the actors just a little bit more time to really just
dial it in.
More takes.
Yeah.
You know, now some of the takes were excellent, and then there was ones I was like, yo, I should have maybe just let them do a little bit more, because I know they could have gave the audience
gave a little bit more. Yeah. I got you.
He just saying that's what it's all about with making movies, man. You know, you're gonna sit back and you're gonna watch it and you're gonna hate it.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I mean, some of my productions I look like, it's like, man, what was I thinking? But
yeah,
I watch them anyway because it's a learning experience. And then then again, you see that one key moment, it's like, that's why.
That was it.
You know what I mean? That's why. You know what I mean? And like you said, some of the people that I did some video work with is no longer here. You know what I'm saying? And then people reach out to me too, like, yo, can you send me that? Like, you know, I wouldn't mind watching that. You know what I'm saying? And even for me, my mom's been gone some years, but when I see just a picture, or if I see a video of her, man, I can sit there and watch it, like, and it just takes me back. So
yeah, man.
But yeah, it was a wonderful experience working with you, watching the movie, just the whole 9 yards. I mean, even let me do a little of the red carpet, took a couple pictures.
Yeah, the red carpet. Yeah,
I did my best with that. I hope
did a great job with that.
Like I said, as long as I capture those moments, as time moved on, I got better and a little bit more confident about taking photos. Because for me, like I said, it was just about capturing that moment. You know what I mean? It wasn't so much about the high quality photos, megapixels. No, I just wanted to capture that moment. You know what I mean? That person smiling. You know what I'm saying? That person, shaking hands. That person giving somebody a hug. You know what I mean? So over time, we learn, that's the most important. And I think a lot of photographers, videographers are getting that now. Just turn that camera on, get to shooting. Yeah. And, I may say it, a little bit, harshly, but get to shooting, man. Yeah. I mean, let's turn those cameras. Turn those guns in for cameras, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
You can give back a lot more with, capture the moment, pressing that record button, and pressing that pow because
that's right.
Unfortunately, I've been through some stuff in the past, you know what I mean, that I look up and I say, God, wow, you really saved me.
Like, entrepreneur, small business owner, coach, author, speaker, consultant, and you want to start your own podcast to build your authority, build more know, like, and trust, connect with new clients, attract new leads. I'm excited to invite you to my free webinar, Podcasting with Power, where I'll share the exact strategy that I've perfected over the past decade to make podcasting simple and easy as 1, 2, 3. This webinar is designed to help you go from a podcast idea to help you to start your podcast without the stress of equipment and technical challenges. And you'll also learn how to share your story, engage with your audience, and attract your ideal client all through your own podcasting platform. Or go to podcastingwithpower.com and get registered. Yes, sir.
Really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
when you reflect on it,
right? Stayed on me, and you know what I mean? I'm watching people, and I'm just leaving the corner, and I'm like, I was just there, like,
barely, yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? I was just right there. It was the time my mom came and called me. She told me to go to the store. I'm on my way up there. Come here. I turned back around and pop. I said, Mom, what was she? God told me to call you. And I ain't second guessing. You know what I mean? So that's why most people might think, oh, there's no God. Man, listen, there's something out there. Believe in God or not. Either we just beings that have that insight.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't know how to capture it, or there's something out there looking out for us. So I would say, when you get in those moments, you get feeling a little depressed, whatever, go to God. Go to a friend too. Always let it out, man. You gotta talk to somebody, man. Let them know what you're going through. And throughout my time, I've been blessed. I got a wife who listens.
Yes.
Even though I can talk her hair off. I know sometimes she might come on, man. You said that yesterday. Like, man, I'm tired of hearing the same thing over. But she's been very
mine too.
And I've been blessed on that. With having someone like that by my side. A lot of gentlemen. I got friends of mine who's married and their wife is no longer here. And not to bring the moment down, I'm just saying, it's truly a blessing. Love your loved ones, man. Reach out to them, and just check in on them every once in a while. But let's get back to some business, man.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man. I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing. I just do what I was destined, cause I feel I got the blessing. Persistence and obsession, that's how you keep progressing. I already learned that lesson,
Appreciate you for everything you have done. I mean, there was times I called you, I have a dime in my pocket. Man, Fred, can you come help me, man?
Right.
I need you to show up. And not only that, it's just showing up with Fred in Delaware, from Philly. You know what I mean? Showing up in Delaware. God bless me with a good brother.
Yes, sir.
That had good. Yeah, I mean, it could have been anybody else here in Delaware. It was Fred. It was you. It was somebody that if I had mad respect for and love for, that when you came to the door, there was no ruckus.
Yeah,
there was gonna be no shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, Fred's in the building, you know, what's good. I remember people running over to you because you are a celebrity. You know, you know, a lot of people might not know that, but I know, you know what I'm saying, Fred. And I told you a long time ago when we first met, we met backstage a long time ago in Philly, man. Because I remember that energy. I remember like, yo, and then the next thing I know, when I was coming out my door and I first met, I said, this guy looked very familiar. And I don't know if we came up here to Delaware and seen you perform or you was in Philly, but or even that or in the past life with Extra Spirit, we just collided. And, you know what I mean? It was just like, yo,
that's so good,
this
man.
is all I do, man. So I appreciate you, man. I tell everybody out here that, you know, getting around the market text, getting around, you know, all mad respect for you, mad respect for me.
Yeah,
like
man,
doors opened up for me because of you, man. I don't know if you know that, but people was like, yo, he would be Fred. Okay, you know, then they get to see who I am. You know, looking at me, most people say, no, I ain't that boy. I don't know what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know me, man. You don't bother me, I don't bother you, man. You know, but
man,
if we wanted, I'm coming eye to eye. I'm a Philly boy, so I ain't.
You're a Philly boy.
I talk about it. I'm like, let's deal with it right now. I don't want to hear about tomorrow and the next day. None of that. What we doing? You know,
right. Exactly.
You know, that's just me. I'm not running. I'm not trying to argue. What we doing?
Yeah. That's right.
Like I said, I never had that issue with you being around you, man. Going in these clubs, you know, being around people. Just period. Like they gave me. You opened up a lot of doors for me as well. So
I
haven't told you thank you for that, but yeah, like I said, call you. Yo, man, I'm going, man. I ain't doing nothing, man.
It was funny,
man. Let's grab the camera. Let's go.
That's it. It was fun because you created some great opportunities for me as I was transitioning. You kind of helped me to grow into that because I was just doing the music, right?
Right.
And then from being at the church, you know, I learned, you know, the 10 years I was over there, I went in there, you know, just putting labels on DVDs, right? And then I just kind of let them know, you know, what I could do as far as music. But what I did learn, Dre, is that you can be the jack of all trades and the master of none. Right. I didn't learn that.
Yeah.
I did learn that you gotta literally find out where you're. Maybe there's something that you can do, but it's something that you shouldn't focus on because it's a weakness.
Right.
But if you got something else that you can do and you've seen it doesn't take as much effort,
right?
Or you have a good aptitude to it, you should focus on that and then find somebody else that can work in that other area.
Right. That's truly 100% agree.
Yeah, but it took me to get out of my ego because my ego said I can do it all. And working with you and work with, you know, having someone that is doing the same thing that I'm doing. And then to be, I mean, I remember we went and shot a video shoot of this place. I forget it was in Pennsylvania. And it was great because we had 2 cameras. It was the first time me working outside of the church or something like that, where I didn't have to worry about getting all the shots.
Right.
It felt so like I could imagine what you were getting. And, you know, then when we, you went with me to New York, right?
Yeah, we went to New York.
And so those videos, that was an editing education course, but we did what, 30 songs or something? It was something.
It was a lot of songs. Yeah.
But to have 4 cameras and then we're like not in sync. Right. We don't have any sympathy going on. And when I sit back and watch the footage and I saw what was being caught, I was like, oh, Dre was doing this thing. Oh, you know, I was like, I'm hoping I get a better shot. And it was like, it's a vibe. What do you call that when you are in sync with your camera crew, your film crew, to where and even with the film, like you can kind of feel exactly what to capture it, because you were talking about capturing is very important.
Right.
What have you seen that is that thing that you know that you just got it right? What do you look for?
Well, what I look for is emotions. They said, you know what I mean? So even when I was taking pictures of the family, like I said, someone smiling, laughing, joking, whatever, that's the moments you want to capture.
Yeah.
Depending on what mood you're trying to set. If I'm going for something a little bit scary, might be a different look on lighting, might be a whole different look. But I'm looking for those happy emotions, which you should always look for first anyway. Capture that happy moment. You know what I'm saying? Because just that one shot when a person is either depressed and you show them this, oh man, you know what? You see the whole
thing
just changed. Like your mind just left and went to another place. So what to look for again when it comes down to shooting is emotions. That's everything. That's what sells. And what I look for when I'm out there is try to keep a visual eye to everything that's going on. Know and trust the other that's working over there that they're gonna do the same. And even if they don't, you do the best with what you have. You know what I mean? You gotta watch, you gotta look.
Yep.
You know, one thing I say, you know, I try to tell people when you're out there, especially working different cameras, and you'll see a lot of photographers, videographers joke about it now. You're gonna cross paths, man. It's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah, it's true. That's true.
But you screaming and yelling is not gonna,
that's
you know what I mean, make it even no better. So
I remember when we shot that wedding that one time, you taught me how to not be in the other's shot. Like,
yeah, that was another thing. Yeah, we did that wedding, man. I appreciate you, man.
That was
hired me and everything. Like, come down on my fucking way. You know what I mean? Like,
that was my first hire, Dre.
And I took 1,000 pictures, man. You know,
it was so
got
dope,
me for your birthday party. Yeah,
man.
Putting money in my pocket, bro, and I appreciate you for that. You know, that's why, you know, when you good people like yourself, when you do stuff like that, it's gonna come back, man. You know, eventually you won't look up and be like, wow, man, it's all here, it's finally happening. But the process that we go through is the process that we need to go through. You know what I'm saying? Keep that good spirit, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing these episodes. You know, giving back, because even for me, like I'm doing my YouTube, I might get 100.
Yeah, tell me about that.
I get that one. Well, Video Pro Solutions is like I said, I just want to get back talking to people about some of the mistakes that I have made in the past that I wish I would have known. So, you know what I mean? Things like getting your good audio. And again, capturing that good moment, capturing that smiles, that laughter, giggles. Stand with that type of situation versus, you know, some people want to, they fighting over here.
Right, I got you.
It's enough of that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to stay with the happy. I want to show that. Now, of course, there's always going to be some stuff that, regardless of what you try to do, it's just going to
you're gonna have a little drama or something like that. Yeah, sure.
We got enough of that, man. Let's show more laughs, more giggles, more good times. You know, because they are already those, you know, that's up here and maybe we're down here. They already trying to show the bad pictures, not just about us, but everybody. You know, everybody look bad. You know, they want to show you in your baddest and worst moments, and that's not cool. So, even with the movies that I've been doing, you know, they've been a little bit on the storytelling and violence side. Even then, I try to showcase something to show that, you know, this person went through that. In order to get to that, in order to change from that. You know what I'm saying? You know, every story has been told and need to be told, but again, I'm looking for happier moments. I enjoy watching dramas. I enjoy watching, you know, just great stories, you know, dealing with everyday life. You know what I mean? Not dealing with the higher ups and so what. You know what I mean? Like the average people, you know what I mean? And that's what I try to help produce is people that's right here, got a solid head, not trying to look over people, trying to, you know, stay on the same level. Eye level, you know what I mean, is important. And me and you always had that throughout many years. You know, we never looked at each other as down or up. We always eye, you know what I'm saying? Even though you always called me.
You're my mentor. I'm going to tell you that.
I accept it, but I'm like, yo, do you really?
I think we kind of ridiculous with it. We kind of like
you know, we can throw that back over there. You my mentor, you know, and I can point out some stuff.
That's
you
true.
Point it back to me, like
it's true.
You know, so each way, man. It's each one, reach one, teach one. Anyway, you know, that's just the way we've been. Throughout it. But so just anybody's out there doing it, the YouTube channel Video Pro Solutions. Again, I'm trying to drop some of them jewels to let you know about some of the issues that I had, you know, how important things are when it comes down to pressing that record button. Both like we just talked about earlier, is that, you know, pressing that record button is what we did. We were videographers. We still are at heart. You know what I mean? We know that we can probably just capture that moment, go home and cut it up. A lot of people don't realize that, you know, when it comes down to content creation and they, you know, you get a chance to chop out the best, go back and edit things and make things, you know, give your best moments for it. But being a videographer, documentarian, like we both are, you know, we want the true, the natural. You know, a lot of this
natural.
I know you're gonna keep a lot of this, which is good because all this has something to say. It's important. You know, drop some jewels for somebody. You know, it might have reached, you know, one person, might have reached 1,000, might reach 1 million. You know what I'm saying? But so Video Pro Solutions. Again, it's just that channel I started on YouTube to give back, point out some of the things that I learned, man, throughout it all, and just to tell people to capture the moments to keep going, man, because you know, every lens have a different story to tell, especially
yes, sir.
when someone's difference behind it. So do the best with what you got, and that's it, man. So I hope I answered your question, Fred.
Yeah, you did, man. So I want to talk about one subject that I couldn't wait to talk to you about, and that is because you bought equipment like I bought equipment. You got all kind of stuff, and you got it, and you spent your 10,000 hours of editing, and I spent my 10,000 hours. What is your take on the equipment that's necessary to do content creation, and what's your take on all these AI tools that's out here? Is it putting us out of business, or shall we learn the tool and it's going to enhance to put us in a different position? What did you take on when you first saw it? And
man, I was a little nervous at first, but I love AI, man. I love it, man. I mean, because again, I've been, you know, recently touching in on it. Like I said, some of the old pictures I took some time ago. As long as I, you know, recorded them in the right format, as far as like, you know, raw, I'm able to go in and tweak those and get a little bit more sharper. So AI actually has the ability to just press a button and say, sharpen it up to about 100% or less, whatever. So I love AI for that reason. Now, will it ever take over? No, because you have to, in my opinion anyway, far as now, you have to input what you want AI to do for you.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know, it's already thinking. It's like, you know, if you tell it, or even like for that picture, it's not going to automatically say, I'm going to sharpen this up because I'm going to sharpen it up. You have to tell it, listen, man, I want to enhance this picture. Can you enhance it for me? So we are still in control of it as far as for now, you know, Terminator and all that stuff. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's going to happen. But as far as now, we are in control. And I think it's best that you take advantage of that. Now, as far as equipment, you don't need, and I did a little short video on this. You don't need that expensive equipment. I got caught up, man. I ain't gonna lie, I got caught up in all the hype.
Stuff. My wife be like, "Will you get rid of all that stuff?"
Exactly. You know, I got camera after camera, 4K. You know, and anytime you need the 6K, get all that. You ain't even using it yet. Yeah, I got so much stuff that's sitting on the shelf, man. My wife like, yo, you know, like last year, she's like, man, maybe we should go back there, start.
I haven't seen
or give some stuff away.
I haven't seen a 4K movie yet. It's all been 720. Am I wrong?
Well, 1080, 720. But see, the thing is, the people with it, and that's something I'm gonna do a little video on. I kind of touched on it. I'm gonna show people that you really don't see the difference between 720 and you know what I mean, 1080. You know what I'm saying? Only time you might is when you try to blow things up. You know what I mean? Then things might start to fall apart. But if the average screen is the average size, you know what I'm saying? So as long as you're shooting at that right ratio, you should be fine. Yeah, it's going to be a while before we can actually really take advantage of it. It's coming, but I see another 5 to 10 years.
I think it'll probably be in those virtual metaverse type things that it will even be necessary, because that's a high level quality. My grandson just got the little metaverse thing.
Some things they something else, man, make you feel like you're there. But that's what technology. So again, you know, anybody that has now a cell phone has enough. You can do slow motion, you can do everything. The only thing I recommend is make sure you get some good audio. Or if you don't plan on, you know, making it far as, you know, using voice or voiceovers, add some music, add some type of sound, bring people in a little bit more. That's what I have learned in the past. My new movies that I'll be doing, and I'm gonna try to drop a lot on you as they come, Fred. I'll be calling and letting you know if you're dropping a piece. Definitely gonna be the first one I.
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's going down, man. You know what I mean?
Popcorn.
Bring your popcorn because it's going down. But you know, sound is very important with movies. Not so much the picture. People may hear that, but I'm gonna say it again. Like, don't worry about the quality of your picture. Yes, you want to capture that great moment, but if you think about it, like I said earlier, if you see an old picture of your great grandma, you ain't worried about it. Is this 1080?
No.
Can I see this video on 1080? You just like, yo, like this really, you know what I mean? This is
good point.
Her, you know, yes, this is your great grandma. So you can capture the moment.
And you literally be like, I don't care if I can just get a good image, you know what I mean? I can see her.
Right.
You know, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got you there. Audio is king. I get
That
that.
one moment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all it takes. So
Yeah.
back to equipment, we covered that. Again, like I said, do the best with what you have. You don't need a shelf full of stuff. I mean, some of the stuff that I'm doing now, being as though I am a videographer, I need to have certain things, but starting out, you don't need it. You can stick to one lens. I mean, I made the mistake of buying about 5 different lenses at once.
Wow.
Which is great because I can cover all things. But the ones that I really noticed, some of these photographers that I know, they use one lens and one lens only, bro.
Wow.
Like,
Just
which
one.
is cool.
Yeah.
You know, and they might have 2 of the same type of lenses, one for backup, but this is all they use because it gives them everything they need. They're used to shooting with that. When you put a different lens on the camera, you changing up so much. Lenses bring things in too close, they look out of shape. You know what I mean? But if you need to zoom in, you can zoom into something far away.
Wow.
So a lot of mistakes I made in the past is turning that zoom lens and zooming while on a video, and people are like, "What are you doing?" And it's not what the eyes is used to seeing. So
it's true. Yeah.
now you may see some directors do that, but it's for a comedic effect. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially I can quite a few that do it.
Zoom in.
Stay away from that if y'all listening. You know, only zoom in when you need to. Keep the eye, you know, pointed to what you want them to see.
Gotcha.
You know, for me, like I said, I was a videographer. I just grabbed the camera, record. Record.
Yeah.
Then I get home, like, man, look at that big stain in the ceiling. Look at all that stuff in the background. But AI nowadays, I can remove everything.
Remove it.
You know what I mean? They remove it for you. We used to have to do it frame by frame, but now we say AI, take this thing out the back. I don't want to see it, and it does it for you. So
there was one time I was shooting Found, and we were I forget where we're at, and I had a situation where again, not paying attention to all the surroundings. Prior to shooting, prior to going to that particular spot, I visited all the locations on a particular day that I didn't have, so I can see what was around, see air conditioners and stuff like that, and see if it was around. Did that, and so then, but what I didn't recognize was the stuff that happens actively. Meaning, we had a scene, tight shot. It was a medium shot scene. It was really intimate moment, and in the car. And it's crazy. The actors, they were definitely rehearsed. But here's what happened. Every time they would mess up the line, I would hear nothing. Just the line. When they nailed the line, an airplane came by. So they was nailing the line, then you hear, but because I'm so focused on the dialogue, I missed the plane. But you telling me AI could have took that out?
Well, that's the thing too. Nowadays they have this voice enhancement that kind of just, you know, because everything is on its own frequency. We all know that. You know that. You've been in the studio. You already know.
Yeah.
I mean, but
this thing with the DJ, pull out. Yeah, I got you. Yep.
I would say I wouldn't count on it, but those are things, you know, and that's another thing, you know, when it comes down to doing video production. Now, like I said, we both come from the world, press record.
That's true.
Not thinking, you know, about, you know, what might occur. Just capture the moments. But when it comes down to shooting movies, like you said, you want to visit the location. You want to make sure you're there at the same time at that location, because things change. A lot of things change, even like in buildings. You know, you might go in at 4:00 and nothing's happening. You come back at 5 and now the air conditioner is running constantly. The heat is running, or you know, you got a bunch of testing or buzzing or whatever. Now it's time for the pipes or the water to adjust, whatever. So whenever you're doing a set, or you know you're going to be using a set, go there and visit. Like my man said, he went there, he visit, but he didn't spend enough time there to see if at this time, am I going to have a whole 10 minutes without any interruptions? So if you would have went there, and them planes pretty much fly off around the same time. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like I was saying, like, you know, it's possible that maybe they do go every 10 minutes all day long.
Okay.
Then you might would have said, let's not do it here. You know what I mean? Let's do it somewhere else. But you miss those things, man. These are learning experiences. You know, like I said, you're gonna watch your films like, man, I wish I'd have things I go back and I listen for now. But I learned out of almost sound is everything, man.
Everything.
It's about the picture so much, capture that moment, but sound design will keep you ahead of the rest. So
Let me ask you this, because this is why I learned that the boom mic doesn't pick up everything. If you're halfway across the room, there's something called positioning. Could you explain that when they have the boom mic where it could be too close, or does it have to be over top of the person? Or because I my mistake was I had one of the guys, I don't know if it was a breakfast scene, and we were in breakfast, and the refrigerator that held the cheesecakes, that got me, because they had the mic above the talent, but yet the mic was so high, and what was up there was the refrigerator and the air conditioning, as opposed to bringing it down just right kind of here. Explain how the difference between that is.
Well, you have your unidirectional mics and directional mics. Most, you know what I mean? Most boom mics are directional. So wherever it's pointing, that's where the sound's coming from. So yes, you want to get it right out of frame and right up top is a good way to doing it. Now I tell people, if you don't have a boom mic operator, you know what I'm saying? And you maybe have a pocket on the person that's hidden, put the cell phone in there. Now, I don't like to do that, but it is a way, and cell phones actually, most of them nowadays at least have a way you can record just audio.
Okay.
That could be a backup audio. It has saved me on many sets. You know what I'm saying? Because even with headphones, everything sounds good. You're in a moment, and then all of a sudden something happens, crackling, something happens.
Yeah.
But then I have that backup audio, and I'm able to, jump in there and replace it. So I always use a backup to a backup, even when recording footage. I got that second camera running as well. But if I can, on my cameras, I like to have dual slot recording. And I'll talk about that on my YouTube channel as well. You know what I mean? So because I had memory cards fail, I have hard drives fail. These can be nightmares and headaches, when dealing with video production. So I like to back up, like you said, put it in the cloud, back it up on the external drive, put it away. You know what I'm saying? Work off of, one hard drive, and I use what we call the SSD drive. I don't think this is a teaching lesson about video production, but
no, but I definitely want to get into it, because I'm going to be doing from an SEO perspective. Now that I've learned that, I'm going to make sure that I have ChatGPT take our transcript and fill it out so they can be searchable on YouTube and tie right back to your channel for more. So I definitely want to do that.
I appreciate you for that, bro. Like I said, if ever anybody wants to get into it, just go out and do it, man. That's all I can say. But I mean, when it comes down to mics, you want to position them right. Again, like I said, you want to make sure you check out that area, check out that space at around the time that you're going to be doing it. Not go 10 a.m. and then come back at 2 p.m. and think it's going to be the same. A lot changes. And I had to learn that the hard way, but I'm telling you ahead of time, whatever time you plan on shooting, go there at that time. I mean, the lighting might change. Make sure it's the same type of sunny day and not a cloudy day if you're using some window lights. That's going to make things look a lot different than what you're seeing at first. And you're in post now trying to, the light was just about right. And then you're not thinking. It was at 3 o'clock and you came at 2 o'clock. You know what I mean? Difference in lighting, different time.
1 hour difference. Wow.
1 hour, actually 1 second, 1 minute in a sense, can change your moment. That's why I tell people, get off of automatic on your camera. Learn on automatic, but get off of automatic, because automatic, as soon as the light changes, it's going to start changing and moving things around. Even when you're doing automatic focus with your lens, somebody walk in front of the lens, now it has to refocus on the other subject. But if you put it on manual, you already locked your focus in. Somebody can walk back and forth across that screen and nothing will happen, especially when you're doing like, stage plays or whatever. When I did my little play, I mean, didn't really make it out there like that, but I told all my camera crew to make sure you're on manual. Pull your focus, lock in your focus on the subject, and leave it. I don't want no automatic focus, because every time somebody jumps up in front of that camera, and that looks very unprofessional, and it can ruin your shot. It really can. So again, people that's listening, learn on automatic, that green button, but get off that green and start playing around in manual and take control of your actual camera settings. And this is how you become different. Everybody's using green, and it's all going to pretty much be the same. But if you get off and go to manual and start tweaking your colors and start tweaking your lighting and start tweaking your actual composition, which is also important, what's in the screen should be in the screen. What don't need to be in the screen don't need to be in the screen. You watch any movie, in the background is what they wanted to have in there and nothing else. Now, if you're watching something live, something else different. Like I said, as a videographer, things are natural, things happen.
That's it.
But set the moment, create the moment, let people know what you want. I was one to go in and out, grab the camera. I did a lot of music videos. You know that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this looks really good.
Yeah, really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Entrepreneur, small business owner, coach, author, speaker, consultant, and you want to start your own podcast to build your authority, build more know, like, and trust, connect with new clients, attract new leads. I'm excited to invite you to my free webinar, Podcasting with Power, where I'll share the exact strategy that I've perfected over the past decade to make podcasting simple and easy as 1, 2, 3. This webinar is designed to help you go from a podcast idea to help you to start your podcast without the stress of equipment and technical challenges. And you'll also learn how to share your story, engage with your audience, and attract your ideal client all through your own podcasting platform. Or go to podcastingwithpower.com and get registered.
But if you do that, you also want to have that stagnant shot.
Yeah.
Or that static shot is what they call it.
Let me tell you why I learned that. I had got hired for a gig over at the University of Delaware, and they were doing a news show.
UD, shout out to UD.
Shout out to UD, definitely, right? So the director, it was a $20,000 a day budget. He told me, you got one job. He said, you're on this camera, and it was one of them big sit-down cameras, you know, the one with the whole set. He said, you're on. Now, you know, Dre, you know how we are. He told me specifically, he said, here's what you're going to hear. You're going to hear, welcome to Great Expectations Show. I'm Ed Begletter, and this is my guest, He said, as soon as he says, welcome to the show, you're on Ed, you're going to be on the host. As soon as he says, and this is you're supposed to shift right there, and that way we're going to. So here's what I do. He says, welcome to the show. I'm Ed Begletter. Here I go. Zooming in. This dude yelled at me something serious. He said, all you do is go 1, 2.
2.
And then when I watched the show and I started watching other shows, I said, oh, okay. There's you don't have to be cute when it's time to do some $20,000 budgets.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of the stuff out there, like I said, I have a gimbal, one sitting right behind me now. You know, and had to have it and do have to have it. You know, certain clients ask for that.
Where'd you get that gimbal? Explain what a gimbal is, because there's some people gonna want to get that on Amazon. So what is it?
It's a mechanical stabilizer for your camera if you want that nice smooth look, you know, while you're walking. But there's times like this. And if you're depending on the moment and what you're shooting. Now, if you want a person to feel like they're a part of that actual scene, you don't want a smooth shot. Nobody's really walking soon. Nobody, yeah. You know, you walking along, you want to feel that bounce. If you feel smooth, it's like, yo, am I on a ride? Am I driving? Like, what's going on? It's not a natural feel. So gimbals need to be used for a purpose, really for a purpose. Like I said, like if you want to come in smooth on something, like, you know, if I want to zoom in close on this, you know, I want to have a gimbal shot more so than a handheld. Now, handheld is good. Don't get away from that, because matter of fact,
it's a natural, right?
I'm gonna demonstrate real quick.
Give me that demo.
You know what I'm saying? Right here, you can do this all day long and get that nice smooth shot. What happens is most people grab this one hand, or they grab it, and you got a little shake. I mean, everybody's gonna shake a little bit. So pull that straight to your neck like that, and you can zoom all day just like that and get that shot. So this is a quick tip. If you don't have that gimbal, don't worry about it. Grab yourself your camera with a strap and get to shooting. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that I learned because I didn't have it, and now that I have it, I'm ready to use it, man. You know what I mean? Like if a client call and say, I want that gimbal shot, I gotta say, I got it. Absolutely. But again, purpose on your shot.
Yeah.
Move that camera when it needs to be moved. And that's it. You know, in Hollywood, you know, when that camera is stagnant or stationary, it's there for a reason. You know, they're not moving. They're not. Now, for music videos, like I said, it's cool. Do that. And I learned I was doing that, and that's all I was doing. Then I get home, you know what?
That's a little bit too much.
That on the camera, on the steady shot, use 90% of that, and then came in with those extra little bit shots, and it wouldn't have been so. Because nowadays, you know, people just we're used to just seeing things steady. We're not really used to things
moving.
Moving. Like I was saying earlier, unless it has a reason. If I'm going to zoom in, I'm zooming in because I want to see something a little bit closer.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I'm concentrating on something a little bit closer, and that's just human, facts. I mean, it's just what we do as humans. You know what I mean?
I guess it's supposed to mimic our natural eyes, kind of. Okay.
When it comes down to cinema, yes, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that cinematic look, then you're looking to give the eye what it's used to seeing. Like with the frame rate, a lot of people don't know. With cinema, it's 24 frames. That's what we're used to seeing. Just that right amount of blur. Now, having that being said, shooting a higher frame rate is good if you want to do slow motion, but like most broadcasting stations and news, they're shooting in real time. So it's more like 30 to even 60 in some places, but 24 for that cinematic look. So anybody looking to get the cinematic look, shoot 24 frames or at least edit in 24 frames. And again, don't move the camera so much. Most of the best movies out there probably was on tripods. That's what we used to seeing. Nobody was really doing all these swooping down on that.
Right.
Of course you want to incorporate those shots, but I'm just saying for normal dialogue, unless you're walking, keep it on tripod. Yes, you still want to move the camera, but move it for a reason. Let me just move it for a reason. The only reason you should be moving that camera more so is when you need to show them something. Now, the actor though, they should be moving around in the kitchen. They should be moving.
Gotcha.
Watch and follow that. You know what I'm saying? So keeping it on a tripod, let that play out. And that's more realistic than the camera coming in every move. Because when you bring a camera in, people are like, is this important? Should I look at this watch? What does this watch mean? Why did he look at this watch?
Right.
Unless I'm trying to show you the time and say, hey, it's getting late. Then I'll show you the watch.
That's good.
But just to bring in the watch.
What is it? What's the purpose? Absolutely. Yeah.
Now I made these mistakes. Oh, that's a cute watch. Let me put that watch in there. How you show me the watch? So these are things.
Absolutely. Now,
these are things you got to think about, man, when it comes down to doing video production. Now, being a videographer, do as you please.
Yeah.
Again, lock that camera in, like you just said. None of that quick zooming in and no.
Right.
Naturally.
Yep.
Think about how can I make this look natural? Panning to the left. Not zoom.
Yep.
No.
Absolutely.
What just happened?
Yep.
But if you slowly or you tilt up and down, that person feel like, oh, I can follow. I'll follow. Oh, where you taking me to? Oh, we going over here?
That's good.
Coming back here. So a lot. These are things that I had to work on. I continue to work on to teach myself.
Yes, sir.
Lead the eye, man. It's all about leading the eye. And that's why I say when y'all see these new movies, man, y'all say, man, that was nice with that.
That's like they fired.
He finally picked it up. He's finally, I'm in my lane. I'm definitely in my lane. And it's been a great experience throughout it all.
And y'all know, listen, y'all know why I call him my mentor. Now y'all know what I know. So all y'all video persons out, your filmmakers out there, y'all listen, Dre, you cannot give them anymore. They got to go to your website. What's your website so they can get all this information, man?
Video Pro Solutions. Video Pro Solutions. You can check out L Vision. That's ALEVISION and L Vision 2020 as well. Now you know me as L, and Dre, of course.
Right.
But anybody else out there looking for some of my past work, check out L Vision. That's all over the internet and social media. That's ALE.
Spell that out for me, the L Vision. Spell it out for me one more time.
ALEVISION. And put the 2020 on it if you want to see things that I've done from 2020 on up to now. Right. And then Video Pro Solutions is the YouTube channel that's giving back, man. I want that community to grow. I'm asking y'all to subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Leave those comments. If you have the questions, let me help you answer. If I can, I'm gonna call Fred.
That's right.
I know Fred. Let me call Fred. Yo, man,
and I'm gonna call him back.
Because, like you said earlier, man, it's all about knowing a little, but not trying to master them all.
Correct.
How were you at? For me, camera work, capturing the moments.
So
I'm gonna have to stay here. I'm gonna get a sound guy. Yes, I know about sound.
Yep.
I'm gonna hire that sound guy. I'm gonna hire that photographer. I'm gonna hire that lighting tech. all that, you know, and they all
Yeah,
can come
man.
on board. And then people like yourself is always there, you know,
Yep.
to help me through it all. Good ideas. I mean, you always would ask too, and that's another thing about you. We're in the field. Yo, should I go over it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, man? I trust you. Go ahead. I know you see. Yeah, I'm gonna go on this side. All right. And I might have been like, maybe you should stay here at first. I'm like, yo, yo, man, yeah, get over there. Yeah, I can get over there. I can get that shot. You know, you're willing to just do whatever it took, man. And that's what it's all about too, with video production and camera work. Is just getting out there and giving it your all, and not try to get in front of others and ruin their shots as well.
That's
Look
right,
out
man.
for each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look out for
Don't get mad if somebody passed your camera as a cameraman or photographer. I want to stop y'all having fights out here.
Right.
And on the internet, that y'all fighting each other. Man, listen, it just lost 2 frames. That's it, bro.
Right.
Like, if they come there and stand in front of your frame, I can understand you getting a little upset. But even then, it's like, yo, just tell people see, like us, we knew we ducked underneath.
That's right.
You know, but then there's times that I might not see you and I run past you. Ain't yelling at me unless it's the spot. You might say, yo, I'm trying to get the shot.
That's right.
You know, people arguing, cameramen talking with each other, tripping over each other. I'm like, yo, calm down. Let's work as a team. I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
You know, when we had 4 or 5 different camera crews in there. Nobody stepped on each other's toes. If anything, at the end, we was like, yo, that shot you got, can I get a little, you know, can you email me a little of that footage? I'll email you something on and we can go back and forth. And we need more of that out there, man. Because Hollywood don't work by itself, man. They all working together as teams. And that's another thing that I want people to concentrate on, man. Stop stepping on the next man's toes, man.
Come on.
It's enough. Yeah, it's enough of space for us all to grow in, man. You know what I mean? Let everybody do their thing. I'm never mad. And all the young techs and young people that I know, they always knew L Vision is like, yo, man, you know, you need me to show you something, I'll show you something. You know, you want me to talk to you about something, I'll talk to you about something, but go do you, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Go do you. Grab that camera, have fun with it, man. That's it. Well, I don't have the right camera, man. Do your camera record video?
Yeah.
It's not 1080. Do your camera record video? No? All right, well, get yourself a video camera, whether it's a camcorder or something like that, and start recording video if that's what you want to do. There's no more excuses. No more excuses.
Results. It's my shirt. Results, no excuses. You guys want this shirt? It's our mastermind. Results, no excuses. The bullseye. Focus on the bullseye and hit it. Okay. Dre, I'm gonna send you this shirt, by the way, bro. So I got
yeah. I'll definitely, you know, I throw that on. I'm gonna be getting some wearing myself a Video Pro Solutions.
Oh, good.
9 yarders. You know, in a minute, you know, those things take time.
Yeah, man.
I want to make sure I got the logo right, make sure I'm getting the right feedback.
Yeah, man.
I'm dropping out some stuff. But the L Vision, man, I don't think I ever sent you a shirt. I'm gonna get you one of those, man.
Yeah, I definitely need one.
I know I did. I did give you one. Didn't I give you one? Sure? No, what happened? I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Okay,
you said, let me borrow this.
Oh,
you see the
Dustin got your shirt, Jay.
You done did the family move. Let me borrow this. You ain't said let me have it. Let me borrow this.
Borrow it. I gotta find this shirt.
Next thing I know, I'm like, yo, that's my man. He represents out here. He represents.
I represent. I did a cousin Pete on you. I did a cousin Pete on you. That's what it was.
I'm telling you, man, exactly. If you look into I'm telling you, I know you ain't throw it away. You can probably find that joint in the closet somewhere. You know, if anything, you would have sent it back.
Florida, but I ain't throw it away. I know I'm gonna find it. It's gonna be a store somewhere.
I know you can find it. I don't even think you lost it. None of that. You know where it's at. If not, we're still gonna get you a new one. But right. I know if I go into my archives, I can find it. I'm gonna try to find that one day too. I'll say, look,
that's man, since you wearing that shirt.
Early 2000s been repping, you know what I mean? Been repping me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Representing the cause, man. I appreciate you for it.
Our friendship has been for over 20 years, man. I appreciate your family. We actually live next to each other. Our kids on grown up, man. I'm just glad you came back. Clay, I'm glad you believed in me. I believe in you, man. We've always been supporting each other. So I wanted to definitely, bring you back on so I can see what's up. I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad you got the Video Pro Solutions. So if anybody that even thinking about wanting to be able to get expertise, experience, to get real world, I want to say real talk when it comes to this video game, even the AI side, the videos, the lens, the camera work, how to be able to direct. You want to talk to my man, Andre Ellis, L Vision, and you want to go to Video Pro Solutions. I'm going to update the show notes and you'll see that down in the comments. Video Pro Solutions on YouTube. And when you do watch the video, put the comments in there because Dre will respond to those comments. Definitely, man.
Sure, man. You know, I'm like I said, I ain't got much to give, man. A lot of love and the knowledge that I have, but and when I do get those bucks, I will be passing them out too.
That's it, man. That's it.
Y'all better follow me close.
Let them know how to get a hold of you on social media, man.
Yeah, again, L Vision, ALEVISION, to bring you across all my stuff.
Okay.
I've been under that name for since 2009, I believe.
Wow.
You know, and it's just I ain't gonna tell you what it means. You want to know what it means? You want to know what Andre means? You want to know what L Vision means?
Yeah,
right now.
Y'all gotta go back to Video Pro Solutions and get that story. You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm gonna give it to him for staying to the end for this. I'm gonna let y'all know what it is.
Yo, Dre, thank you for being here, man. You guys are watching Studio 22 Live, where we talk about all things media, always positive, always on. My man, my brother, L Vision. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming back on the show, man. He's back, y'all.
I'm back, man.
Entrepreneur, small business owner, coach, author, speaker, consultant, and you want to start your own podcast to build your authority, build more know, like, and trust, connect with new clients, attract new leads. I'm excited to invite you to my free webinar, Podcasting with Power, where I'll share the exact strategy that I've perfected over the past decade to make podcasting simple and easy as 1, 2, 3. This webinar is designed to help you go from a podcast idea to help you to start your podcast without the stress of equipment and technical challenges. And you'll also learn how to share your story, engage with your audience, and attract your ideal client all through your own podcasting platform. Or go to podcastingwithpower.com and get registered.
22 Live.